My name is Dr. Christina Albert. I'm a pulmonary specialist in the Helpers for Christ Hospital. It's been 8 years since I've taken this profession. In those 8 years, I've seen a lot. Pain, suffering, loss, death. I've seen them all. I see them every day. You'd think my heart was closed over the time. And to some extent it has, but when my mom was diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, I was devastated. I was in my first year of being a pulmonary specialist, and to see that I couldn't have done anything for my mom shook me. Because COPD is chronic, it was only getting worse over the time. For a juncture in my career, I almost totally disregarded any medical work and focused on the research on the disease. We found out that the only way my mom could ever get better was for her to receive a lung transplant. There was 100% of her respiratory system to completely break down in the next month if she were not to receive the transplant. In other words, she would die. We tried our best, finding available lungs for her mom, but nothing. Our search was in vain. We were told that there was no available lungs for the transplant in the whole country. We could have gotten international, but that would be a long shot. It would have taken a month of paperwork, and we did not have the luxury of time. Now, just last week, someone admitted another patient under me. Her name was Cecile. She was a lovely 25-year-old who had no reason being in the hospital. She had a simple bacterial infection, which I could have cured immediately, but there was something different about her. Her lungs were a perfect match for my mom. Suddenly I doubted myself. I doubted my moral principles. After all, I had the authority to allow Cecile to die and to get her lungs and let my mom live. And this thought has been bugging me ever since. Should I save my mom? Who has taken care of me, given me food, and has been there since I could remember. And take away the life of some patient I just knew starting last week, whom I really don't see anything else other than a patient. I need your help. I couldn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm a doctor. I do my job. I save lives no matter who the patient is. I spent this last week drowning myself in work than I could have handled. Cecile was not an option. Definitely not. I cannot kill someone for the sake of my own desires. So I researched until I came across this one study that had been floating around the medical community for quite a while. Stem cell therapy, regenerative medicine. Although it wasn't an alternative for lung transplant, it could have bought us some more time. A few years even, and that was more than just enough. Things like murder isn't something to be taken lightly. Even thinking myself considering to do it makes me sick. I'm a doctor. And if my patients can't trust their doctors, who else could they depend on? Murder is a crime punishable by law, both civil and divine. And remember that there is always a choice. And if you argue that the only choice you have is the wrong one, it means you haven't tried enough. to find the right. My name is Dr. Christina Albert, a doctor from Helpers for Christ Hospital.